You give yourself the best chance if you have belief. You have to tell yourself, look, I'm going to have a crack at this. It may fall where it falls, but there is enough time to prepare for this exam. That is super important. 100 days to go to CAT. What should I do? What are the things to keep in mind? First of all, the first thing to do is to understand that 100 days is enough to have a good plan. And so you must carry the belief that there is enough time. So there is a background thought that says, so maybe I started late, maybe there isn't enough time, quell it. You give yourself the best chance if you have belief. You have to tell yourself, look, I'm going to have a crack at this. It may fall where it falls, but there is enough time to prepare for this exam. That is super important. And so that is the first step. What should be the focus of preparation? Definitely mocks. Somebody who's decently well prepared for this exam should to take 20 mocks. You should not be taking mocks in the last 5-6 days. And there will be the odd 3-4 weeks where mocks don't work. And so you subtract all that, then you're having about 70 days for 20 mocks. You're taking 2 mocks a week, give or take. That should be your run rate or your plan from now on. That means your entire preparation has got to be anchored around mocks. You don't know trigonometry, all right, take a mock. You simply don't get parajumble right, it's all right, take a mock. You take mock, you take feedback from the mock, then go and fill one gap based on what the mock is telling you. Then tack on one layer of theory. But you cannot afford to have a preparation plan which says, look, I'm going to sit, finish everything, practice, get my speed up, and then I'll go take mocks. Impossible. You're starting, if you have prepared for 6 months already, if you've been preparing for 18 months, if you're just starting, wherever you are, from now on, it's about mocks and then fine-tuning based on what the mocks tell you. So be very clear about it. What else happens as you go closer to the exam? The temperamental challenge just mounts. And I've seen several students actually contemplate not taking the exam after having prepared for 6-7 months. Because there is a part where you feel like, look, I'm going to let myself down, might as well not do it. I'm actually preparing only for 2022. You condition yourself, tell yourself different stories, and then not throw everything in. And first thing to remember is this happens to everybody. And the last lap is when people fall off. I've known guys who prepare for 7 months, and then the last 2 months they just switch off. So this exam preparation is a superb test of temperament, where you get beaten up by mock scores, where somebody whom you are scoring comfortably over somebody and that guy has marched on, where you feel like you've got the handle on several things, but DLR refuses to budge, where you feel like I can do whatever I want, but in VRC I don't think I can clear 75th percentile. These thoughts rush through you. The feeling that I've invested heavily or I'm going to further invest and then it'll all be for nothing, it comes, it crops, it cannot not come. It's up to you to say, look, I'm going to focus on what I can do, throw everything in, see where it goes. If you make it heavily outcome dependent and say, this is my ticket to this, then you're setting yourself up for more stress down the line. Tell yourself, I'm going to prepare for 100 days, just 100 days. Make the 100-day plan a magical number. Not to tell you there's only 100 days remaining and you amp up intensity, but to tell you, look, I may not be this genius who can be super disciplined for years in a row, but a 100-day sprint, that's right up my alley. Right? So very often I like working with giant long-term targets or very achievable, very short-term targets. The medium term gets to me. If I know that over the next 5 years, I'm going to shoot bazillion videos, I'm confident. Over the next 1.5 years, I need to speak this, do that. That is not my cup of tea. Next 3 months, I'm going to amp up and finish all this. That works for me. So just a 100-day sprint. You can put several things on hold for 100 days. That's a very tiny proportion of a long career. So keep that in mind. So reframe the equation and then say, hey, it's not like I have only 100 days to prepare. It's like I have only 100 days where I have to sacrifice a bunch of these other things and throw everything in. And this is also a good time where you consciously tell yourself that temperamental strength is being tested and you won't drop off. We've had this even in the exam. Several people during the exam, they miss out on one section and they don't bounce back enough in the next section. That happens even after they've taken a bunch of mocks. The mocks help you to not give up. That's important. And the strength of the mocks lies in the fact that you know that the odd section goes wonky, you can still come back and land a decent percentile. So keep that in mind, keep belief with you, prepare with a smile, plan every preparation around mocks and reimagine this like a sprint and not some long-term thing. It should work. Best wishes for you.